And here we are again. Welcome back into my channel, Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Play-by-play and live reactions throughout the rest of the ACC tournament and, of course, the March Madness tournament as well. Stream number 2 tonight with the number 3 seeded Duke Blue Devils taking on the number 6 seed, the Syracuse Orange. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me here. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I do play-by-play and live reaction of college basketball games. And this is my channel right here. So I'll be doing the remainder of the ACC tournament games. I just finished up a couple of minutes ago with the number 2 seeded North Carolina Tar Heels beat the number 7 seed Louisville Cardinals. In that game, it was 83-70 that UNC won. And we look at the other games that happened earlier today. So this is the last game that the winner from this one will move on to the conference tournament semifinals of the ACC tournament here. Number 1 Virginia takes on number 4 seeded Florida State tomorrow. I'll have that stream for you guys at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then number 2 seeded North Carolina will take on the winner of this game, number 3 seeded Duke or number 6 seeded Syracuse. So we're about, I'd say, 5 or 6 minutes away from tip-off. It's 9:26 Eastern time right here. The tip-off will take place at approximately 9:31 Eastern time between Syracuse and Duke. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me in here in the chat. I'm going to go over the team stats before we get into the tip-off with the play-by-play call. But, yeah, for the Duke Blue Devils, here we are. Zion is back. He was out for 6 games. Duke went 3-3 without Zion, but with Zion, they went 23-2, and now he's back into the lineup for tonight, making his special appearance and doing it so inside the ACC tournament to kick it off. And what Zion does this season, it's something special here for the Duke Blue Devils. He ranks top 5 in basically every single statistical category I can think of inside the conference here, as he's first in the conference in shooting percentage, shoots the ball at around 68% from the field. He's third in the ACC at rebounds per game. He averages 8.8 rebounds per game, second behind his teammate RJ Barrett in points scored per game. Also, Zion's fourth in the conference in blocks per game and second in the conference in steals per game. So when Zion's back, it's going to be interesting to see how Duke performs, and he just gives Duke that huge momentum boost right there because he's such a unique player, and there's no way to stop him throughout. So here we are. Cam Reddish, also another key player, as he has had some big games in there. 21 double-digit games on the season for Cam Reddish. He hit the game-winning buzzer beater 3 against Florida State back in January. Don't forget about RJ Barrett. He's been insane this season. Double-digit points in every single one of his games this season for RJ. First in the conference in points per game, averages 23.4 points per game coming into this one. And Trey Jones as well might see himself burst up in progression as well. The star point guard for Duke, as once Zion's on the court, Trey Jones could take off for this one as well for Duke. As right now, Trey Jones is tied for first in the conference in assists per game, averaging 5.3 assists per game. Big injury update here was the game against UNC, the last game that Duke took on. They lost against North Carolina 79-70. One of their starting 5 players here, Marquis Bolden, is slated to miss the entire ACC tournament with an MCL sprain that he suffered early on and against the last game at North Carolina. So not good sign there, but they get Zion Williamson back, so that's all they can ask for. He was out for 6 games, but he's back just in time for the ACC tournament. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I appreciate it. And big game between the number 3 seeded Duke Blue Devils, number 6 seeded Syracuse Orange. Syracuse beating Pitt yesterday 73-59. Buddy Boeheim, the coach's son, had a career-high 20 points in that game. He was filling in for the injured Tyus Battle. And I believe tonight as well, Tyus Battle will be out of the game, I believe, as that's a big hit for Syracuse. He has 27 games this season with double-digit points. Tyus Battle is leading the Syracuse Orange in points per game. He's also 6th in the ACC with points per game, averaging 17.2 points per game, and also leading the Syracuse Orange in assists per game as well. But Elijah Hughes has been coming on strong as of late for the Syracuse Orange. He had a season-high 22 points and 10 rebounds against Notre Dame back on January 5th. He's a player to look out for. He's currently second on the team in scoring. And Buddy Boeheim, the coach's son, came out of nowhere the last game against Pitt and scored 20 points, a career high. So Syracuse right now, they're projected to be a number 9 seed in the bracket, as Duke, they're projected to be possibly a number 2 seed, maybe a number 1 if they do make it to that ACC title game. And then the tournament committee will have to factor in who's better, Gonzaga or Duke, to go for that number 1. Gonzaga playing that really, really easy schedule from the WCC, but they did beat Duke in the regular season, 89-87. So we're a couple minutes away here from tip-off. It looks like Duke and their players are pumped up to see the number 1 NBA draft prospect come June, Zion Williamson, to be back on the court to lead his team here, possibly to another W, to do another rematch, the third rematch against UNC and Duke. And we'll see if they can get there, and if they do, we'll see if Zion can redeem himself tomorrow night. But first, they have to play against Syracuse. Syracuse has some AP top 25 wins in there, and they also beat Duke earlier in the season. It was at Duke, giving them their first conference loss of the season, 95-91. Syracuse beat them. That was the game that Trey Jones went down in around the first 8 minutes of that game with an injury, and he was out for that game, and I think he was out for 2 more games after that. So against the AP top 25, Syracuse has a record of 3-7. Their losses went against Oregon back in non-conference play when they had Bol Bol on their roster, a top 15 NBA draft pick. They also lost to the Buffalo Bulls, Virginia Tech, Florida State, North Carolina, Virginia, and they lost to Duke the second time around when they played them, but they beat them the first time around. So play-by-play and live reactions coming to you very shortly. Syracuse, the number 6 seed, the number 3 seed, the Duke Blue Devils in this one. Feel free to like, share, subscribe to my videos on my channel. And tomorrow night, I'll be doing both of the semifinal games, as here we are getting ready for the tip-off at the center court. This is the ACC tournament, back with Zion Williamson. Finally, he's at the tip-off central here at the tip-off circle. So the ref has the ball, about getting ready to tip off with number 1, getting ready for that tip-off. He does. He tips the ball into the hands of number 12, Javin DeLaurier, who is filling in, coming off the bench for the injured Marquise Bolden. DeLaurier's in the lineup, same as Trey Jones, the point guard, Cam Reddish, RJ Barrett, and Zion Williamson, back from his 6-game injury. And Duke with a tip. They were trying to dribble inside, and looks like already a turnover by the Blue Devils. So Syracuse will get the ball back, as there was a little bit of a tie-up on that play. There were bodies on the ground on the last play. I believe the ref said that there was a tie-up. We just got started here. Syracuse against Duke. Syracuse will get the inbound score 0-0. Syracuse in the orange jerseys, white lettering. Duke in the white home jerseys, blue lettering. Here we are underway. 19:38 left to go. Syracuse with the ball, passing the timeline. This is Frank Howard. Passes the ball to the coach's son, Buddy Boeheim, top of the key. Had a career-high 20 points last night against Pitt. Boeheim looking for, almost stolen by Zion, but Syracuse, right corner 3. They connect, and they started off first. 3-0 orange. 19:20 left to go in the first. Duke with the ball. Frank Howard with a 3-point shot from the outside by Syracuse. Left wing of the 3-point perimeter. Cam Reddish to the top of the key. Right wing with Trey Jones. Back to Reddish. Top of the key here. Trey Jones with the ball. Feeds it inside the low post to RJ. Stolen away by Syracuse. Frank Howard with a steal for the orange there. 19 minutes left to go in the first. They take it past the timeline. Left side of the perimeter. They feed the ball out to Buddy Boeheim at the right elbow. Kicks the ball back outside. Lots of moving around that 3-point perimeter. Dribbling inside. Floating up. They tried to go for the alley-oop. They couldn't connect. Elijah Hughes tried to float it up. It hit the side of the backboard. Duke with the rebound. 18:38 left to go in the first. The Blue Devils with the ball. Right wing of the 3-point perimeter. RJ to Trey Jones at the top of the key. Cam Reddish feeds it down low to Zion. Up and in. There you go. 2 points for number 1. The number 1 projected NBA draft pick, Zion Williamson. Getting it back and getting it going here as the crowd cheers him on. 3-2. Duke down by 1. Syracuse with the ball. Left wing of the three-point perimeter for the Orange. Elijah Hughes passes it left corner of the perimeter to Sean Belby, and it goes back into the hands of Syracuse. Syracuse feeds it outside. Buddy Boeheim underneath the basket. Kicks the ball back outside. Steal by Zion. Trying to take it the distance. Here he goes. Oh, and he does it. 4-3. Zion Williamson with authority off the steal. He is back, everyone. 17:45 left to go in the first. Syracuse with the ball, left wing in the three-point perimeter. Elijah Hughes dribbling towards that top of the key. Gets past one defender. Now at the free throw circle. Passes the ball. Right baseline. Takes it back to the right elbow here for the Orange. And they missed the transition on the handoff to Buddy Boeheim. Steal again by Duke. And a rejection there, but a foul. R.J. Barrett in transition, trying to slam it down. He gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two. 4-3 right now. Duke is up by 1, and R.J. Barrett is shooting 2 at the free throw line. Incredible on the play before that. Zion Williamson off the steal, jamming it one-handed, jammed down with authority. First shot at the line by RJ. He makes it. 5-3. They have the lead. 17:26 left to go. And if you haven't done so already, Zion Williamson has already scored. He stole the ball. He slammed it down all alone on the fast break. RJ at the free throw line. Hits them both. 6-3, Duke has the lead. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe to my channel if you wish as well. I do play-by-play and live reaction videos of college basketball games. Floater in the key, alley-oop jam by Syracuse. They get it to go down. 6-5 right now, 17:05 left to go. Duke with the ball. Right wing of the perimeter, RJ. Top of the key, Trey Jones back to RJ, right wing. Dribbles top of the key, passes. Left wing three, Cam Reddish. No good off the top of the iron. Offensive rebound by Zion, though, and he gets fouled from behind by Syracuse with 16:57 left to go in the first. The score is Duke 6, Syracuse 5. Pascal Chukwu already picked up that's his second foul of the game. He has 2 fouls for Syracuse right now. Duke with the inbound, Trey Jones will get the ball here to pass it in on the inbound pass. We have 16:57 left to go in the first. Duke with a 6-5 lead. I'm going to update you guys with the scores. A little bit of a stoppage in time here in the chat. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my video, share, subscribe to my channel. I do play-by-play and live reaction videos. Zion gets the inbound. He gets fouled down low underneath the basket with 16:54 left to go in the first. So I'm updating the score for you guys right now in the chat. 6-5 is the score. Zion Williamson looking fine to me here. Stole the ball on one of the plays, took it all the way to the rack himself and jammed it down. Here we are back again. Another inbound pass by Duke. Already 3 fouls called by Syracuse. They lob the ball over the top underneath the basket to Zion, but it gets knocked out of his hands. Going the other way now. Syracuse with the ball, trying to float it up top, up and in there. Number 23, Frank Howard, scores the bucket, 7-6. Duke now with the ball. They try to go for the alley-oop pass. They missed it. It goes out of bounds. 16:32 left to go in the first. Gonna update you guys with a score here in the chat. Seven to 6 is the score. Syracuse with the ball back on the inbound. They pass the ball to the left wing of the three-point perimeter. This is O'Shea Brissett. Passes it back top of the key here for the Orange. And that is Marek Dolezaj, who passes it left wing of the perimeter. Frank Howard trying to dribble baseline, kicks the ball back outside. Left wing of the perimeter. Brissett trying to take his man inside and connects on the bucket. And he's fouled as well. 9-6 Syracuse as O'Shea Brissett took R.J. Barrett inside and laid it up and in, and R.J. committed the foul as well. Off the backboard right there for Brissett. So Syracuse with the 3-point lead, and Brissett will go to the free throw line. On the season, O'Shea Brissett is a 67% free throw shooter. He averages 12.3 points per game. He misses that shot at the charity stripe. Duke with a rebound with 16 minutes left to go before halftime. Blue Devils now with the ball, passing around the perimeter. Top of the key with RJ. Free throw circle. Left wing three from the outside. Cam Reddish, no good. He could not connect. Rebounded by Syracuse now. Marek Dolajah with a rebound. Top of the key three by Syracuse, no good. And rebounded by Javin DeLaurier of Duke. So here we are back in transition. Duke with the ball down by 3. Right wing of the three-point perimeter. Trey Jones passes it top of the key to Cam Reddish. Back to Jones. Back to Reddish. Trying to dribble inside. Reddish, no good. Too strong off the backboard. And we got a foul called. Duke got the offensive rebound there. Syracuse with their 4th foul already that they've committed with 15:23 left to go in the first. 15:23 left to go in the first. Out of the 6 points, Zion with a huge steal on one of the plays. I think he has 4 of the points out of the 6 right now for Duke. I'm going to look at that when we're on a TV timeout here, so I'm going to update you guys with the box score and see what's going on here. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I do play-by-play and live reaction videos to college basketball games, keeping you in the know throughout the college basketball season. So 5 points leading the way for Syracuse is Frank Howard. Zion Williamson leading the way with 4 points for Duke right now. No, he is not. Zion right now looks phenomenal. He's played every single minute of this game right now. All of the 4 minutes and 37 seconds of this game Zion's played, and he looks phenomenal right now. One of the plays, he stole the ball from behind the Syracuse player and went on a fast break, went away from the defense and took it all the way to the rim himself and slammed it down with a one-handed jam. I think Zion's still in, but where I have it at this moment of the game, it's 15:23 left to go in the first. Oh yeah, I did just see Jack White in the game. Yeah, so Jack White on the bench. So Zion might have just got taken out very momentarily. Interesting to see if he comes back in the game, but looks like he's fine right now. And he's the leading scorer currently for Duke. So 4 points already by Zion, a steal as well to go along with that, and a rebound. And RJ Barrett with 2. Syracuse has the 3-point lead. Syracuse shooting the ball at 80% from the field. Duke shooting the ball at 40% from the field, but still a long way to go in this game. The winner will take on North Carolina tomorrow night. The number 2 seed, the Tar Heels are. They just beat Louisville in the last game that they had to stream, 83-70. And tomorrow I have the stream for you guys. Number 1 Virginia taking on number 4 Florida State. Virginia had a little bit of trouble early on against North Carolina State, but in the second half, it was a breeze to blow by NC State in that game for Virginia. The only 2 losses that the Cavaliers have suffered this season have come on the hands of the Duke Blue Devils. Now, looking at the college basketball box scores here. What happened in college basketball today? So before we go back, I'm going to see what went on in college basketball. If I can update this for you guys. There was a bunch of games that went down today. I want to know that, Texas Tech game. Yeah, Texas Tech lost against West Virginia, 79-74. So that was the game I was most curious about. Number 7, Texas Tech, losing today. So this whole thing's wide open inside a lot of those conferences. Marquette just absolutely poured it on against St. John's, beating them 86-54. So the score right now, Duke's at the free throw line. First shot went down by Cam Reddish. Second shot to miss. Defensive rebound by Syracuse. The score is 9-7 with 15:18 left to go in the first. Syracuse with the ball. They take it past the timeline. So, yeah, I just got the graphic updated on the scoreboard. Yeah, Jack White is in the game right now. Zion's played 3 minutes so far out of the 5 minutes for Duke. As Syracuse has the ball, right wing of the perimeter, now to the key. Jumper by the coach's son, Buddy Boeheim, hits the rim short, rebounded on the offensive end by Syracuse. They set back up the offense. Floater in the key. No good. It's the top of the rim. And Trey Jones gets the rebound for Duke. Trey Jones trying to take it all the way to the rim, and he gets swatted as the ball goes out of bounds right there. Huge block by number 33 for Syracuse, Elijah Hughes. The score is 9-7. We have 14:44 left to go in the first. Trey Jones on the last play, and that was a clean block right there by Elijah Hughes of Syracuse. Just denied him, and the ball went out of bounds. Here we are in the inbound here for Duke, passing it off right corner of the perimeter to RJ Zion. Back in the game, he tried to feed the ball down low to Zion. It's stolen away by Syracuse, and Syracuse dribbling in the low post, stolen away by Duke. Duke now gets the ball. He saved it from going out of bounds. They take it past the timeline here with Trey Jones. Jones passes it left wing of the perimeter to RJ. Back to Jones at the top of the key, setting up the offense here. 9-7, 14:20 left to go in the first. 6 points off a turnover so far by Duke, 7 points by Syracuse. A couple of big steals here in this game. Left wing three by RJ. Ugly shot, hit the rim short, rebounded by number 5 for Syracuse, Jalen Carey. He takes it past the timeline, passes the ball right wing of the perimeter to Frank Howard. Howard sets up the offense here for the Orange. They are up by 2 with 13:55 left to go in the first. Right wing of the perimeter here for Syracuse. That's Elijah Hughes. He passes the ball top of the key, Jalen Carey. Carey trying to work his way inside the key. Kicks the ball back outside, top of the key three. Syracuse, no good. And a rebound there by RJ Barrett. Duke now with the ball. Barrett takes it past the timeline, puts the ball into the hands of number 15, Alex O'Connell. He's off the bench here for Duke. Jumper by Trey Jones, no good. Rattled out. Offensive rebound up and in off the glass by Zion. Hits that home, tied up at 9. I actually have no sports broadcasting experience. What my actual day job is, I'm actually a production director for a radio station. So I've hosted music shows before. I hosted a music show at college for 3 years. It was like a EDM Top 40 show. And what I do for my day job, I do voiceovers for commercials, and I put together like all the commercial spots for the radio station. So I have like a radio background, but this is the first time that I've ever done sports before. Top of the key three goes down by Duke right there, 12-9 from the outside. They swoosh that one home. 12:40 left to go in the first. RJ Barrett hit the three-point shot on the last play for Duke. And the shot, no good by Syracuse. They do get the offensive rebound. Fake out of the defender. And there's a foul on the play. So Syracuse should be going to the line for 2. Yeah, definitely. Definitely follow your dreams and go into sports broadcasting if you like. It doesn't hurt to start up a YouTube channel like this and get going. Before I started up this YouTube channel, I used to like practice in front of the TV because I started up the YouTube channel around January 20th or so was my first stream. But at the beginning of the year, I had an idea in mind that I wanted to start getting into like play-by-play and stuff. I've always wanted to do it. So I tried it out in front of the TV for the first 2 weeks of 2019. I thought that this is absolutely awesome, that this would be a blast. And yeah, I think that would be a great career path. Follow your dreams, and if you want to go into sports broadcasting, definitely pursue it. Slam jam Zion underneath the inside the basket, and he just jams that down with authority. 8-0 run here by Duke in the last 3:20. 12:05 left to go. It's 14-9. Duke's up by 5. 12 minutes left to go. Syracuse with the ball. Left elbow jumper by the Orange. They knock it down. Jalen Carey knocks down that shot. 14-11. Trey Jones takes it past the timeline, puts it into the hands of RJ. Back to Jones. Jones, top of the key, passes left wing three by Zion. Oh, and he hits it down from the outside. This guy is on fire. 11 points, a perfect 5 for 5 from the field with 4 rebounds for the number 1 projected NBA draft pick. And almost a steal by Duke. They almost had that stolen away. RJ needed a little bit of help from Zion to get that, but there was a foul called on Duke. Oh my goodness, Zion's on fire. 11 points right now. 2 major slam dunks, just threw it down with authority. This guy's a game changer. 17-11. We're on a TV timeout right now. Going to update you guys with the score here in the chat. We have 11 and a half left to go in this game when we do get back. So what I did, if you're interested in doing sports broadcasting, I recommend going to like a college that has sports broadcasting programs, preferably with like a radio program as well. That's what I did. I I didn't do sports broadcasting at my college because I commuted, and it was like almost an hour commute basically, because I commuted from like the Providence metro area all the way up to Boston, and the traffic was horrendous during like those weekdays, like 8:30 classes. I had to leave the house at like 6 a.m. to get there. But a lot of the sports stuff I would have to like stay at night to do. That's why I'd have to stay over at the campus. But they put you into departments at college, and I picked production because that was what I knew the most of back then. That's what my day job is producing commercials for the radio station that I work at. But I've always wanted to try sports broadcasting, and I thought that this would be a good platform to start out. I've seen people start their YouTube channels here doing play-by-play, so I always thought it was a cool thing. Right now we're on a TV timeout, 17-11. Duke's up by 6 with 11 and a half left to go. Zion Williamson on fire. He has 11 out of the 17 points right now, 2 steals as well, an assist, and 4 rebounds. He also had a huge three-pointer that nobody thought he was going to take, non-contested from the left wing of the three-point perimeter, and he knocked it down. Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, maybe someday. Maybe I'll look to do like play-by-play on the weekends or something like that in the near future. Not a lot of jobs around where I am though, because there's not that many sports programs up towards my area, because I'm like kind of towards the Providence metro area or so. Boston's like 40 minutes, like a 40-minute drive for me, but with the traffic on the weekdays, it could take like 2 hours sometimes. But yeah, the Northeast for radio is like really, really critical. You need like all these like years of experience here, like to be at like a Boston radio station. Like I'm only 23. I graduated college 2 years ago. I've been working at the radio station for like almost 2 years now, but you need like 5 to 10 years experience for a lot of those like big time jobs around my area to do like play-by-play, like the guys for like the Sports Hub and WEEI up there. I see like the job qualification, and it says like stuff like must need like 5 to 10 years experience. It's crazy. So here we are. We're almost back to action with Syracuse and Duke. Zion Williamson's been on fire. 11 points right now out of the 17 for the Duke Blue Devils. He is back, and he's playing at 110% right now. We're back to action. Syracuse, left wing of the perimeter, and now at the left baseline, and stolen away by Zion. Zion tried to get it to his teammate, stolen away back by Syracuse. Ball tipped up in the air. Duke saves it. Slam jam off the alley-oop right there. Teamwork at his finest for Zion Williamson. He has 13 points tonight out of the 19. 19-11. That whole sequence that just went down was crazy. A steal by Zion, a steal back by Syracuse, and then a tipped ball stolen back, alley-oop jam by Duke. They steal it again from Syracuse, and Duke in transition lays it in. 10:50 left to go, 21-11. Duke up by 10. This is why they're top 5 in the nation in steals per game. They're on a 15-2 run in the last 4 minutes, 45 seconds. Right wing of the perimeter for Syracuse. Top of the key here. Left wing with a ball, and it's tipped up in the air by Duke. Fight for the ball. Duke trying to save it. They do. They steal it. Another steal. 3 steals in a row by Duke. Cam Reddish trying to take it inside, and he's fouled with 10:25 left to go in the first. Oh, my goodness. These sequence of plays that keep on going down are insane. Duke just forcing Syracuse into like every single steal possible. That's insane. Oh my goodness. Teamwork at its finest. The alley-oop pass by RJ Barrett to Zion that he threw down a couple minutes ago on that steal. Zion has 3 slam dunks in this game, not even halfway to the half. 21-11. We got 10:15 left to go in the first. If you guys haven't done so already, feel free to like my video, share, subscribe to my channel. I do play-by-play and live reaction videos at college basketball games. Right wing three, no good by Cam. Offensive rebound by Zion. Put back off the glass, and he scores. And he's fouled as well. 23-11. This guy is absolutely on fire. He definitely is. This is a whole new Duke team with Zion. Totally a game changer. Everybody just goes off of Zion's energy. It's insane. Because when Zion was in there was nobody to go off their energy. They almost lost to Wake Forest. Wake Forest missed the final shot at the buzzer that went right around the rim. That game just had very low energy performance by Duke, and Zion shot at the line. He did miss it. 23-11 right now. Syracuse got the rebound. 12-point lead here. Orange with the ball at the left wing of the perimeter. Top of the key with the coach's son, Buddy Boeheim. Boeheim, right wing of the perimeter here. He had a career-high 20 points in the last game last night against Pitt, working on Jack White. And Syracuse, ball goes off the shoe. They get it back. It's a turnover by Syracuse. Right there is a half-court violation. They were dribbling around the right wing of the perimeter. The ball went off the Syracuse player foot, and it went past that half-court line. So I'm going to update you guys with the score again. This has been all Duke right now, 23-11. Zion Williamson is back, and he is as healthy as ever. Insane what this guy can do. 23-11, 9:38 left to go in the first. We had another foul committed by Syracuse. They're already in the bonus, and Zion with 15 out of the 23 points right now for Duke is back at the free throw line. He might have a double-double at halftime. 15 points, 5 rebounds. The first shot at the free throw line is a miss. I believe that's the only category that he doesn't rank top 5 in right now in the ACC is free throw shooting percentage. He's a 67% free throw shooter, Zion Williamson is, but he's first in the conference in shooting percentage from the field, shooting the ball at 68% from the field. He's also top 5 in the conference in blocks per game, steals per game, and also points per game, right behind RJ Barrett and rebounds per game. Shot from the field, no good by Syracuse. Duke with the ball back in transition, and we have another foul called with 9:27 left to go in the first. 23-11 is the score. Total domination by the Duke Blue Devils, and Zion Williamson with 15 points. He just checked off the bench here. Duke gets the inbound with 9:20 left to go. They're up by 12. Left corner three. Jack White, no good. He missed it from the outside. Rebound by Syracuse here. Syracuse, top of the key. Zion Williamson just checked off to the bench again. Don't worry, guys. He has 15 points already, 5 rebounds. Right wing of the perimeter here for the Syracuse is Frank Howard, guarded by Jack White. Right wing three, Howard knocks it down from the outside, 23-14. With under 9 minutes left to play before halftime here, 8:50 to go. Duke now with the ball, dribbling inside, and we do have a charge called on the play. 23-14 is the score. With 8:49 left to go in the first. We do have a little bit of a stoppage in time here, so I'm going to see that stat line. 4 steals right now by Zion. That's insane. 8 steals already by Duke. They average just above 9 steals per game. They're top 5 in the nation in steals in all of college basketball. And right now they have 8 steals as a team. Half of them have been made by Zion already, and we're just past the halfway point in this first half. 8:35 left to go. Syracuse down by 9, 23-14. They're at the top of the key, dribbling with the ball. At the free throw circle, another steal. RJ with one man to beat, and he lays it up and in. 25-14 with 8:20 left to go in the first. Duke right now is just Steel City on this game. Incredible game for the Duke Blue Devils to the start right now, 25-14. Gonna update you guys with a score here in the chat. Welcome back, Augie, here into the chat. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Join me back on he was the one who joined me in the game yesterday when Syracuse beat Pitt for that one, as Duke right now looks red hot. 15 out of the 25 points by Zion. 25-14. 8:05 left to go in the first. Hey, you're welcome. I appreciate it. Here we are. Syracuse now with the ball. Top of the key, looking for somebody who's open. They do. They get it into the hands of Buddy Boeheim, who had a career-high 20 points last night. The coach's son. Top of the key, 3. No good by the Orange. Rebounded by Javin DeLaurier of Duke. So Duke takes it past the timeline here with 7:45 left to go. Jordan Goldwire in the game here has the ball for Duke. So he's in the game for Trey Jones at the moment. Left wing of the three-point perimeter. It looks like they have a couple of their subs, and RJ is still in the game. And for Duke, the ball is a pass out of bounds. They try to get it to Jack White just over his head, and it goes out of bounds. So it's a turnover by Duke. It goes back to Syracuse. 25-14 is the score right now. We have 7:29 left to go. I believe that Zion Williamson has had 3 slam dunks in this game. One of them an alley-oop jam. Another one of them was off a steal that he took it to the rack alone. And then he had another two-handed slam underneath the low post where somebody forgot to guard him on a rebound. So right now we're at a TV timeout. 7:29 left to go in the first. 11-point lead by Duke. Gonna look at the scores here, or box score, to update you guys. Zion has 15 out of the 25 points right now. Incredible game. He might have a double-double at halftime if he does come back into the game. 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 steals, and an assist to go along with that. Hey, no problem. Thank you so much, Little Man Knows Backup and Little Man Knows Sports. I appreciate it. No problem. Hey, you do a nice job with your channel. Really fantastic job. I've seen your streams before. Keep up the good work. I'll definitely be doing more games. Tomorrow night I'll be doing both of the ACC tournament semifinals, and if your Michigan team makes it into the Big Ten final game on Sunday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, I'll have that one for you. So I'm doing the Big Ten tournament final on Sunday, also the SEC tournament final on Sunday as well, along with the rest of the ACC tournament games here. Tomorrow night, the 2 semifinals, and then the final game of the ACC tournament, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. So this has been Zion City right now. I'm going to see how many steals Duke has. It's a lot. 8 steals as a team right now for Duke. 9 turnovers by Syracuse. Currently 4 steals by Syracuse compared to 8 by Duke. Duke also out-rebounding Syracuse 13-8 currently. And from the field, Duke shooting the ball at 56% from the field. So we're on the TV timeout right now, getting back to action really shortly with this one. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe to my channel. I do play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games, so stay in the know here with Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Yeah, it'd be a little different if Tyus Battle was in the game, but Syracuse, I knew from the very start Syracuse would be in a lot of trouble without Tyus Battle. Yeah, so Tyus Battle's been injured since that Clemson game on Saturday. He got a bruised back within the final minutes against the Clemson game, and it didn't seem like much was wrong with him at the beginning. Like he went underneath the tunnel to get checked out, but it didn't seem like it was major when Tyus Battle first injured himself. But I guess it got worse overnight leading up to that Pitt game. Like not last night, but the night before that, the night before the Pitt game, it just got worse overnight, his injury for Tyus Battle, and he's been kept out ever since. But here we are back to action. Syracuse with the ball. Top of the key here with Dolaja. Looking for somebody who's open, passes it left wing of the three-point perimeter. This is Elijah Hughes now with the ball at the free throw circle, and Hughes gets fouled with 7:10 left to go in the first. Zion has more points scored by the entire Syracuse team right now. Zion, and he's back in the game as well. He has 15 points compared to Zion. 15 points by Zion compared to Syracuse 14. Syracuse at the free throw line. They're looking for their 15th. They do. They're all tied up with Zion in points. 25-15 is the score. 7:10 left to go. Syracuse back at the free throw line. And no good on the second shot from the line. And it gets rebounded by Duke. We have 7:05 left to go in the first. There's the Zion counter right there. 15 points right now. 7 minutes left to go. Right wing of the perimeter here for Duke. Trey Jones passes it off to Cam Reddish. Top of the key for Trey Jones. They feed the ball inside of Delorier. Kick the ball back out. Right corner three. And somebody else besides Zion knocks down a shot. And that one is a right corner three ball that went down by Alex O'Connell. Usually he doesn't get too many minutes in this game, but Duke right now with a 13-point lead with 6:35 left to go in the first. Syracuse with the ball. Left wing of the three-point perimeter here. Frank Howard trying to dribble inside at the left elbow. Kicks the ball back out. Top of the key, Jalen Carey. Top of the key three, no good. Zion with another rebound to his stat line. 28-15, 6:20 left to go. Duke passes the timeline. Zion, and he tried to pass the ball to Trey Jones at the right corner. Got tipped and stolen away by Syracuse here. 6:08 left to go. Syracuse, top of the key. A steal again this time. Zion tips the ball off the steal ball into the hands of Trey Jones. Gets it to Reddish now, taking it inside. And a travel called on Cam Reddish with 6:03 left to go in the first. The score 28-15. 6:03 left to go in the first. Yes, they are. Cam Reddish, RJ Barrett, Zion Williamson. You can also add John Morant of Murray State onto that list. That team could be a dark horse in the March Madness tournament. Three ball from the left corner, no good by Syracuse. Offensive rebound, though, by Syracuse. They set it up. Top of the key to the left wing of the perimeter here. They kick it back outside. Trying to dribble inside here for the orange. No good, no foul. Jalen Carey went down after he tried to shoot the ball inside a low post. Rebounded by Duke. 5:26 left to go. The ball into the hands of Trey Jones. Jones passes the ball right wing of the perimeter to Cam Reddish. Back to Jones, top of the key. Reddish now has it. Floats it up top to Zion, and he gets fouled. Cam Reddish was looking for the alley-oop pass. And Zion got fouled on the play with 5:18 left to go in the first. And here we are. Again, Zion at the free throw line. Yeah, John Morant's absolutely insane. He's such an incredible player. Projected to be number 2 in a number 2 NBA draft pick between Zion and RJ. First shot at the line, it goes down 29-15 as Zion hits that free throw shot. That Murray State team, that team could be a dark horse. They haven't played many good teams this season. So when we get into the tournament, we'll know for real what type of team Murray State is. Second shot at the free throw line, no good by Zion. (29-15) top of the key three, no good by Buddy Boeheim of Syracuse. Rebound goes on the defensive end for Duke now. They kick it back outside. We get ourselves a foul called on the play, and that's an offensive foul called on Duke. Number 15, Alex O'Connell trying to dribble baseline inside. He kicked it back outside, and Syracuse took the charge on the play. Number 33, Elijah Hughes, made sure he was in position underneath the basket to take the charge. So Alex O'Connell, right now with 2 fouls and 3 points, is just checked out of the game for Duke with 5 minutes left to go in the first. Syracuse with a ball here back on the inbound as they pass the timeline. And we do have another foul called, as that was Elijah Hughes dribbling with the ball for Syracuse. He did get fouled with 4:50 left to go in the first. So, yeah, we'll see what those mid-major teams are like when they come into the tournament. They might shock you guys, Murray State this season, and be the next Loyola Chicago. If Loyola Chicago last year hadn't won their conference tournament in the Missouri Valley, they would have gone to the NIT. They would have never had an opportunity to play in the March Madness tournament. 29-15, Duke up by 14. Low post Zion, and he gets fouled again, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 with 4:31 left to go in the first. He almost banked that shot home off the backboard as well, just rattled out at the end. 29-15. Zion Williamson, your number one projected NBA draft pick, back at the free throw line. 16 points tonight, looking for number 17 right here. If you haven't done so already, feel free to hit that like button down below. Subscribe to my channel if you wish as well. I do play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games. I'll be doing the rest of the ACC tournament games and, of course, the March Madness games as well. A week from Thursday is when that round of 64 starts. Without those playing games beforehand, second shot at the line by Zion. He hits that one. He missed his first, hit his second one. 30-15. Duke is doubling Syracuse's score right now. 4:28 left to go in the first. Syracuse takes it past the timeline here. And we got ourselves another foul called with 4:25 left to go in the first. Yeah, right now Zion has 17 points compared to Syracuse's 15. Currently in this game, a foul was called by Duke, and they're in the bonus currently. So Duke just committed their 7th foul as a team. So Syracuse will be shooting a 1-and-1 from the free throw line. Here's Barama Sadibi. He's only a 43% free throw shooter at the free throw line. Misses that one since it's a 1-and-1. He gets rebounded by Duke. Hit the top of the iron. Trey Jones with the ball now for the Blue Devils. Takes it past the timeline. We have 4:15 left to go in the first. Passes it to Cam Reddish. Top of the key three, Jones. No good. Hit the top of the iron. Gets tipped out of bounds. The ball will be retained by Duke. So his last touched out of bounds by Syracuse. Gonna update you guys with a score here. 30-15. Duke is up. Zion has more points than the entire Syracuse team. That shot from the outside, no good with 3:55 remaining by Duke. Rebounded by Syracuse here. Right wing of the perimeter, Buddy Boeheim. He puts the ball into the hands of O'Shea Brissett. Jumper inside the key, and that was an ugly shot. It just went right off the top of the backboard there. Zion in transition, and he slams it down with authority. Gets behind the entire Syracuse defense to do the two-handed jam. 32-15 with 3.5 left to go before the half. 19 points by Zion. 8 rebounds, 5 steals. A perfect 8 for 8 from the field. Jack White almost stole the ball there for Duke. It did get tipped out of bounds. Timeout on the floor. 3:22 left to go in the first. Insane game by Zion. Already 19 points, and we still have around 4 minutes left to go before halftime. Gonna update you guys here with the score. (32-15) right now. Zion has 19 points compared to Syracuse's 15 points currently in this one. And 4 slam dunks as well by Zion. He is a game changer out on the court. And this whole Duke team just gets boosted. Their whole team just receives an energy boost when this number 1 NBA draft pick is out on the court and playing like this. I'm going to see what's going on in the college basketball scoreboard. Texas Tech lost against West Virginia today, so interesting games that went on in college basketball. Marquette went all over St. John's today, 86-54. St. John's has been a seesaw basically throughout Big East play. They started off the season 12-0, but after that, it's been tough ever since for the Johnnies. They lost against Duke by 30 in the last non-conference game that Duke played in January. And yeah, that game, Zion Williamson looked like he was playing in a video game. He had a bunch of steals against the Johnnies that game. This game, same case for Zion. Right now, 5 steals along with his 19 points, 8 rebounds. He could be looking at a triple-double in this one. 19 points, 5 rebounds, or 19 points, 5 steals, 8 rebounds so far by Zion. Yeah, West Virginia, in order to win In order to be in the NCAA tournament, they need to win out in their Big 12 conference tournament because they finished, I think, at the very bottom of the bracket with Oklahoma State. They have a losing record in the conference this season, West Virginia, but they've won the past two nights and they've beat two teams that look like two teams that should be in the bracket. Oklahoma they beat, who's on the bubble, and then they beat the number 7 team led by Jarrett Culver and Texas Tech. So Texas Tech they put up like 90 something points a few weeks ago against Kansas. If you're talking about a big game here tonight, it's this one. Number 17 Kansas playing against Texas in the quarterfinals of the Big 12 conference tournament. Texas is on the bubble with a 16-15 record. If they do lose this game to Kansas tonight, the Texas Longhorns should not be in the bracket at all. I don't even think they should be in the bracket right now to start with. 15 losses is so much to be in the bracket. There's so many good teams that we don't know about. If they get left out, there's going to be teams with like 5 losses or so left out of the bracket, like Belmont losing in the OVC championship game to Murray State. Here we are back to action. Syracuse with the ball. They floated up the shot inside. They missed it. Duke with a rebound. The score is 32-17 with 2:55 left to go in the first. Duke with the ball. They feed it inside. Zion kicks it back to Jack White. Jack White kicks the ball back outside left wing. Cam Reddish, and he tried to pass it there inside. It looked like it was intended for Javin DeLaurier, but the ball went out of bounds off the baseline. So Duke turns it over. A lot of turnovers by both of these teams. That's one of the things that Virginia doesn't do that often. I think they're second in the nation in turnovers this season. So Virginia knows how to take advantage of turnovers. They turn over the ball very little. The number 1 team in fewest turnovers this season is the Michigan Wolverines. As Duke's up 32-17 with 2.5 left. Left wing of the perimeter. Syracuse with the ball. Buddy Boeheim, top of the key 3. And Syracuse knocks down the shot 32-20. Frank Howard has 10 of those points out of the 20 for the Orange right now. 2:20 left to go in the first. Duke with the ball. Top of the key, Trey Jones. Jones passes it left wing of the perimeter to Cam Reddish. Top of the key 3. Jones, no good off the top of the iron. And offensive rebound by Zion. Spin move inside. Up and in reverse-handed layup. 21 points by the big fella tonight, 34-20. 2 minutes left to go in the first. Zion Williamson, 21 points, 9 for 9 from the field, 9 rebounds. Syracuse with the ball. They're at the right side of the 3-point perimeter. They're down by 14 with 1:50 left before halftime. Jumper at the right elbow knocks it down. Frank Howard with 12 out of the 22 points right now for the Syracuse Orange. 1:36 left to go. Cam Reddish passes it top of the key here to Trey Jones. They feed it inside, down inside the low post. Javin DeLaurier, shots blocked by number 23, Frank Howard, who's doing everything himself for Syracuse. Top of the key 3, Syracuse, and they hit it. 34-25. Syracuse is only down by 9. Wow. A huge 3-pointer there from the top of the key by the Orange. Timeout called on the floor with 1:20 left to go. I'm going to update you guys with the score. Syracuse inching back closer in this, as the score is 34-25 right now, and it's a 5-0 run for the Orange. So Zion right now, 21 points, 9 rebounds, 1 more rebound, and he has a double-double before the half, or basically at halftime. He only needs 1 more rebound. If he gets that rebound, he'll have a double-double, and basically it'll be at halftime by that point. He also has 5 steals right now. He could up that in the second half as well in that category. So we only got a 9-point game here. It was not that close in the early stages before that. 32-15. It was a 17-point game with about 3:22 left to go in the first, but now with 1:20 left, it's 34-29. Or 34-25. 9-point game with it. 25 on the board for Syracuse. Frank Howard having the majority of those points. 15 out of the 25, shooting the ball 3 for 4 from behind the arc. for the Orange. Duke now with the ball. We're back to action. Minute and 8 left. Top of the key, Trey Jones. Jones now passes right wing of the perimeter to RJ. Passes it back to Jones. Right wing 3, RJ. Minute left. And no good. Fight for the rebound. Syracuse has the rebound with under a minute left to play. 53 seconds left. Buddy Boeheim, right wing of the perimeter, puts the ball into the hands of O'Shea Brissett. Passes it over. Right wing to Marek Dolezaj. Syracuse now with the ball, puts it into the hands of Boeheim. Again, top of the key, 3, Boeheim. Oh, and he hits it. The coach's son from the outside. He had a career-high 20 points last night against Pitt. Drains that three-point shot down, an 8-0 run by Syracuse in the last minute and 20 seconds. 34-28, 22 seconds remaining before the half. Trey Jones passes it right wing of the perimeter here to Zion. Left wing to Jones. He's going to set up the offense. 10 on the shot clock, 13 on the game clock. 3-second differential between shot clock and game clock. RJ with 5 on the shot clock, 7 left. Three-pointer, left wing 3, no good by Jones. Ball tipped up in the air. Boeheim with a rebound. Syracuse in transition, and they cannot get a shot to go off before the horn. They had the ball underneath the bucket. They just couldn't control it on the long-range pass underneath the bucket. They kicked it back outside for some reason instead of trying to lay it in at the horn, and they couldn't get the shot off before halftime. But there we go, as we're at the half right now. 34-28. Duke is up by 6 at the half, but Syracuse getting going courtesy of Frank Howard. I'm going to update you guys with the chat here in the score. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my video, share, subscribe to my channel. I do play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games, so stay in the know here with Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I'm just posting for you guys the Zion stat totals in here. If somebody wants to know, 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 steals at halftime here. The score 34-28. The winner of this game will take on number 2 seeded North Carolina tomorrow night at approximately 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'll have that game for you guys on my stream. I'll also have the Virginia against Florida State game in the first semifinal game around 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow night. Virginia, of course, with a 20-point victory today against NC State. Florida State hit a big shot with about 4 seconds left to tie the game up at 56. And then it went into overtime, and they won by 2, 65-63. So we're at the half right now. It's been the Zion Williamson show. 21 points for Zion, 5 steals, 9 rebounds, and the second leading scorer, RJ Barrett, with 9 points for the Duke Blue Devils. For Syracuse, Frank Howard, he's been pretty big down the stretch for the Orange. 15 points, shooting 3 for 4 from behind the arc right now, 6 for 10 from the field. But the numbers that really pop out to me at the half has to be this. Zion Williamson is shooting a perfect 9 for 9 from the field at halftime. Incredible job by Zion. Basically every single stat line in the conference he's top 5 on, besides free throw shooting percentage. He's a 67% free throw shooter, but he's top 5 in the conference in points per game, rebounds per game, blocks per game, steals per game. At halftime, Zion has 5 steals. As a team, Duke has 10 steals at the half. Coming in to this season, Duke is tied for 3rd in all of college basketball, averaging around 9.5 steals per game. Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, my channel just started off like 2 months ago, so I know it takes time to build up or so, but I'm hoping for the tournament for like more people to come in. It depends, because the only people that's basically tuning into this game would be like Syracuse fans or Duke fans. When I do get to the tournament, it's basically everybody who filled out a bracket is going to want to know. So my viewers, I'm guessing, for like my videos and stuff like that, is just going to keep on going up and up for the tournament, because those are the people who like only watch college basketball just for March Madness. There's the people that are like big fans of like different teams and stuff like that that love to watch their team play, and then there's other people that only tune in for the tournament. And I feel like the majority, like 85 to 90% of the people in like the US or so, are the people that actually tune in for March Madness. So I wouldn't be surprised at all once I tune in my stream on Thursday or so, Thursday and Friday next week, and do those March Madness games, if I'm getting like if I have the right game going on, if I get like double digit people in there, like 10 or more people viewing at once on my streams. But yeah, in the middle of the game, it kind of like hits a low in the middle of the game. Like at halftime, not too many people tune into my streams as much. I'm noticing not too many people at the beginning either. The numbers really go up towards the end of my streams. Like if it's a close game in like the last 5 minutes to play, this number that I have, I think I have like 4 people watching right now. That number will go up probably to like 12 or 15 if it's like a really close game with like two top 5, 2 top 10 teams or so, something like that, like 2 top elite caliber teams. The numbers just go up. Hey, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel. It's awesome to have you guys be a part of this channel. This channel wouldn't be anything if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much for being a part of Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. And yeah, I just started out this channel like about 2 months ago, and I'm just so glad. Yeah, I'm so glad right now to just see that subscriber count going up each and every time, getting more people to the channel. Seems like everybody loves it right now. So we're at halftime, and we have a big game for the Texas Longhorns at the half. They are down against Kansas by 1 point. It's 23-22 right now with around 3:40 left to go in the first. Texas currently on the bubble. And yes, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much. And yeah, I just cannot wait for the tournament. I feel like I'm gonna get like tons of people in for the tournament. This like viewer count right now, it's gonna be nothing compared to the national tournament game. If you guys know anybody who's into like college basketball, feel free also to spread the word about my channel. Show this to your friends. Get them to subscribe if they like as well. I appreciate everybody who comes into the channel, and thank you so much for the chat. That's what basically fuels this channel right here, is the chat. But yeah, Kansas up against Texas, 25-22. If Texas loses this game, they're on the bubble right now. I don't see them in any way getting into the tournament with a 500 record of 16-16. That looks like NIT bound for the Texas Longhorns if they lose tonight against Kansas. No way they're going to take Texas over a team like Belmont University, where they lost in the OVC Conference Championship game to Murray State. And Belmont University, I think, has a record of 27-5. Murray State with like a 28-4 record. Like that would be just too bad if Belmont didn't make it in, and Texas. Yes, Syracuse should definitely make it in the tournament. Right now, they're projected to be a number 9 seed on the line of the ESPN bracketology right now. Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely. Feel free to share my videos to all your friends to spread the word out there to my channel. I've seen this done before. Like there's a channel out there. It's called the Sports Fury that they do play-by-play of NFL games, and they get like 50 I think they have more than 50,000 subscribers right now. So I saw them doing this like play-by-play stuff around like around the fall or so, like September, October, when the NFL season was kicking into gear. And I thought that, man, this is awesome. What if I could do this for like college basketball, just make it unique, because nobody's ever done it for college basketball before. I don't think anybody's done it, and I'm trying to be the first one to do this because I'm very relatable to you guys. I graduated college 2 years ago. I'm 23 years old. This college basketball is a totally different league from what a lot of people do streams. I see a lot of people do these like live play-by-play streams to like the NBA, to the NFL, more of the popular leagues or so, but I've never seen anybody do it to like something like a little bit less, but if they get known, they they know how to do it because they're like an expert in the subject or such like that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. The NFL is so much more viewership than college basketball or so because it's just this like little audience right now. It's basically the listening audience is more like confined here in this game. It's more like North Carolina and upstate New York, whereas like the NFL is basically everybody. Yep. Yeah, definitely fantasy football. And that's the thing about college basketball is that there's no fantasy college for college football either because we just see these players play for like some of them just go to the pros after one season like most of these guys on Duke do, Kentucky does that. It's basically like one and done. Whereas fantasy football, you can do like different leagues. Like some people play in dynasty leagues also for fantasy, so they have to keep whoever they sign throughout that like entire time or so, unless they like trade them or something like that. But yeah, fantasy football is so huge. Like the demand for American football in this culture is absolutely huge. Like people love it, love it, love it. Like they want more. That's what the alliance is doing because the demand for football has been so much and it keeps on skyrocketing off the charts. It's been crazy. Yeah, a lot of people love college football. Where I'm from in Massachusetts, college football is not really seen as that great. It's more like frowned upon where I'm from. I'm from Massachusetts though, so the only it basically sums it up for me. Boise State against Boston College. They played each other in a bowl game, and the bowl game for Boston College got canceled halfway through the game because of lightning. That basically sums up college football in New England. Yeah. But yeah, if you're from the Northeast, like even where you're from, Augie, around like upstate New York or so, like college football isn't that big as it is in the Southeast, like Alabama, Mississippi, Florida. Like it's absolutely crazy down there in the Southeast. Same as NASCAR. I watch a lot of NASCAR too. I'm a big fan of NASCAR. I wish there was like yeah. I actually live 30 minutes away from Patriot Place. It's crazy. I've actually never been to a game at Gillette besides a preseason game when I was like, I think I was like 7 or 8 years old. That was like the first or second year that the stadium was built or so. But the ticket prices for games at Gillette, oh my gosh, it's insane. You have to buy like a $40 parking pass or something like that. And then like the lowest ticket prices are like $250 for the cheapest ticket, no matter what team they play. Like if it's like the Washington Redskins or something like that, or like a bottom of the barrel team in the NFL, doesn't matter who. Yeah, but yeah, it's always good to see the team win or so. It's always good also to see other teams win as well. It doesn't matter if they win all the time as long as they make the playoffs or so. But so many people are just yeah, Patriots every single year. It's just I love sports history, but it's just incredible what Tom Brady does, playing at an elite level at 41 years old. I mean, nobody's ever going to be able to do that probably ever again. Like after this, I don't think there's going to be another quarterback that plays in the NFL, plays on an elite level and gets 6 rings like that. It's just incredible what Tom Brady does. Same as Bill Belichick, the greatest head coach of all time. It's insane what he does. He these pieces puts together these pieces of the team, just takes guys off the street and turns them into like big players. We are on halftime here between North Carolina and Duke. Yes, I agree. Best coach and quarterback combo of all time, Bill Belichick. And no matter what the circumstances, they always seem to come back no matter what. Even with the drama in the clubhouse, they always seem to come back no matter what. Deflategate, 4-game suspension in 2016. Tom Brady comes back. They go all the way to the Super Bowl. They're down 28-3. They come back. They win the game. Always there's like always something thrown at the team, and they know how to prevail. That's what makes the Patriots so great. They always have a challenge in front of them. Like, yeah, like this year when they lost against Jacksonville, people were talking about, yeah, this isn't the same Patriots team. And then they played against the Lions on Sunday Night Football. They got crushed against the Lions. And then people were like, yeah, we're really in trouble. Like, I texted my friend after the game, and I'm like, yeah, this is just terrible. This does not look good for the Pats. And he was like, yeah, it looks like they might be going 5-11 this season. But every single year, it looks like the Patriots start off so slow. Like one of the years, I think it was 2014, 2015 season, where they got crushed against Kansas City at Arrowhead. That was the game that Bill Belichick said we're on to Cincinnati. And at that time, I think the Patriots had a losing record. They played Cincinnati on Sunday Night Football the next week, and they crushed the Bengals in that game. The Patriots, they just get better and better throughout the season. Like their weak spots are usually September and October, and then once November and December hits, they're just unstoppable. Yep, and definitely McDaniels too. Comes up with great adjustments on the game plan. Julian Edelman, that guy is a man of steel. They took they took him as like a seventh round draft pick as a quarterback, transferred him from wide receiver from Kent State, and the rest is history. Super Bowl MVP against the Rams with Julian Edelman. He's like a man of steel. Out there, Julian Edelman's basically a magnet. Catches everything. Yeah, but that's basically how the Patriots are. They underplay like all these big time players because all these players want to go after Super Bowl rings. So that's why they have to like take like a bunch of pay cuts to be in the organization. That's what makes them great. Or so that's why the Patriots can't get like their hands on like the top players in all of the NFL because a lot of them want like too much money out of them, like Antonio Brown going to Oakland or like Le'Veon Bell now with the New York Jets. It's all about the money, but other people want to play for the Super Bowl rings and the greatest coach of all time and the greatest QB duo with the head coach. As we are almost back to action here after the half. Zion Williamson looking like the GOAT this season in all college basketball in this game as well. This whole Duke team is just a completely a different team here with Zion back in the lineup. 21 points, 9 rebounds, 5 steals going into halftime. And here we go. We're back to action. The score is 34-28. So here we are back to action in this game. Right wing of the perimeter. They feed it down inside the low post to Zion, and the ball is tipped away by Syracuse. Syracuse ended the first half on a 13-2 run. They made the last 5 shots from the field. They float that ball up. It's no good. There's a foul on the play with 19:41 left to go. I'm going to update you guys with a score here in the chat. 34-28 with 19:41 left to go. Syracuse here at the free throw line, shooting 2. It was a foul called by Duke, so here we are at the free throw line. First shot, it goes down. Yeah, the 45-inch vertical by Zion makes him he's just a freak of nature, the guy. Second shot, no good. 34-29. Pascal Chukwu made 1 out of the 2 free throw attempts at the line for Syracuse. 5-point game, Duke with the ball. At the right wing of the 3-point perimeter, RJ puts it into the hands of Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish now, top of the key, tries to take it inside, kicks it back to Trey Jones. Jones, back to RJ, back to Reddish. Right corner 3, Reddish. It gets tipped up in the air, and Syracuse with a rebound. Buddy Boeheim gets the ball there with 34-29, 19-10 left to go. Right wing 3 from the outside. It gets tipped the other way, so the past 2 3-point shots have been tipped. Trying to go inside is RJ, and the ball goes out of bounds. RJ wasn't fouled there as he tried to take that ball inside a group of Syracuse defenders to try to lay that up and in. but the ball goes out of bounds with 19:01 left to go. So Zion, yep, on my stat sheet it says that he's 6'7", 285 pounds. So an inch difference there is what I have on my stat sheet that I printed off of. I think it's called sportsreference.com, where I get my stats beforehand. 37-29 off the make by Duke. Trying to go inside. Syracuse lays it up and in right there. 37-31. 18:30 left to go. O'Shea Brissett got that shot off the backboard for the Orange, his 4th point today. Duke now with the ball, top of the key. RJ trying to dribble inside, kicks the ball back out. Trey Jones, top of the key with Cam Reddish. Passes the ball right wing to Trey Jones. Feeds the ball inside to RJ, and a foul called. Committed by Syracuse. RJ shooting 2 at the line with 18-16 left to go. Here's RJ at the free throw line. 37-31 is the score. Knocks down the first one. 38-31. It's going to be interesting if Tyus Battle for Syracuse can come back for the tournament. This Syracuse team is a team to watch out for, to see how Battle can improve this Syracuse team and get them back and going. It seems like Syracuse is always one of those deep seeds, like a 10 or 11, that makes their way somehow, sneaks their way into like the Elite 8 or like the Sweet 16, even the Final Four a few years ago. 3 ball from the outside, no good at the left wing. Rebounded by Duke here. They're up by 7, 38-31, 17:48 left to go. Top of the key 3, Trey Jones, no good. Hits the top of the iron, tip back. No good, but the ball goes out of bounds with 17:42 left to go. And I believe that Syracuse did tip it out. Trey Jones has had a pretty ugly game tonight. He has not scored a single point. 0 for 4 from three-point range. He only has 3 assists on the game. Yeah, seems like that every single year. Syracuse is a deep, deep seed, and they make this big, big run to like the Elite 8, Final Four or so. Never count out Jim Boeheim at all. We do have another foul called 17:38, and Duke will get the inbound again. 38-31. Trey Jones trying to pass it in. And the ball gets tipped out of bounds, and it was last touch by Duke, so the ball will go back to Syracuse here with 17:37 left to go. 13 turnovers by Duke, yet they're still winning this game. 16 points off of turnovers by Duke, though. Syracuse with the ball. They take it past the timeline. Left side of the perimeter here, Frank Howard with the ball. Now he puts the ball into the hands of Elijah Hughes for Syracuse. Top of the key here for Hughes. Hughes working on Zion. Puts the ball into the hands of Buddy Boeheim. And that ball is tipped. It goes back into the hands of Boeheim, though. So Syracuse still with the ball underneath the basket. Number 21 for Syracuse. Up and in by Marek Dolezaj. 38-33, 5-point game with 17 minutes left to go. Duke with the ball. They're at the right side of the three-point arc. And now to the left wing of the perimeter. Trying to dribble inside. RJ floats up the shot. No good, but there's a foul called, committed by Syracuse with 16:56 left to go. A lot of fouls here. Syracuse with 2 fouls right now. Duke with 1, but a good amount of fouls in that first half as well. 38-33 is the score. Duke's up by 5. 16:56 left to go. And Duke puts the ball into the backcourt here as they pass it at the right wing of the perimeter. This is Trey Jones. Into the hands of Cam Reddish. Back to Jones. Top of the key to Reddish. Right wing of the perimeter. Reddish puts it back to Jones, trying to float up the shot. And he does. Trey Jones gets his first 2 points of the game. 40-33. 16:35 left to go. And a foul called on the reach in by Trey Jones. So the clock stops again with 16:36 left to go. How about this? The Pac-12 tournament with the Oregon Ducks coming in as a 5-game win streak. They take on number 3 Utah tonight. Oregon looking like they could possibly challenge Washington or Arizona State in that Pac-12 title game later this week. They look red hot right now. Syracuse with the ball down by 7. 16:25 left to go. They have it at the left wing of the perimeter. They try to work it down inside. They kick the ball back outside left wing. And that 3-point perimeter here for the Orange. 3 ball from the outside. Oh, they knock it down. 40-35. His foot was on the line, so they counted a deep 2 for Frank Howard. 17 points tonight for Howard. 5-point lead here for Duke. 16:05 left to go. Trying to dribble baseline. RJ and a foul called on the play, and it's an offensive foul committed by RJ Barrett as Syracuse took the charge. Barrett was trying to dribble right side baseline to go underneath the basket. So RJ Barrett in a little bit of foul trouble right now for Duke. He has 3 fouls and 10 points today. Marek Dolezaj took the charge there for Syracuse. 40-35, under 16 left to play in this game. Syracuse passes the timeline. Left wing in the 3-point perimeter here for number 11, O'Shea Brissett. Brissett trying to take it inside. Feeds the ball to Dolezaj, low post. And the shot, no, it was stuck on the top of the rim. And a defensive rebound by Jack White of Duke. Trey Jones takes it past the right side of the timeline here. Passes the ball left wing of the perimeter to Cam Reddish. Reddish back to Trey Jones. Free throw circle. Back to Reddish. The ball goes out of bounds. Turnover by Duke with 15:32 left to go in the second. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my videos, share and subscribe to my channel. I do play-by-play and live reactions of college basketball games, so stay in the know here with Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Syracuse is hanging around. It's a 5-point game. Duke 40, Syracuse 35. We have 15:32 left to go. When we do get back to action, we have a TV timeout right now on the floor. 40-35, Duke is out-rebounding Syracuse at this commercial break, 27-16. And Duke also has 10 steals right now as well. They've turned over the ball 15 times, however, in this one. The shooting percentages are both similar right now. Both of the teams shooting 47% from the field. For Duke, Zion's still stuck on 21 points. 21 points, 9 rebounds, 5 steals for Zion. That's what he entered in at halftime. 10 points by RJ Barrett. RJ is in a little bit of foul trouble, though. He has 3 fouls that he's committed right now. For Syracuse, the leading scorer, Frank Howard, with 17 points right now for the Orange. Yeah, Duke out-rebounding Syracuse 27-16 as these second chance points have really helped Duke in this game. They've out-rebounded Syracuse on the offensive end as well, 9-3 at this point in the game. Duke is coming in this season. They're second in the nation, right behind North Carolina in average rebounds per game, as Duke averages about 42.1 rebounds per game. And if they can move on to the next round, it'll be the number 1 rebounding team in the nation going up against the number 2 rebounding team in the nation. So last Saturday night, Duke against UNC, that was a close game in rebounds. I think North Carolina won that game on the rebounding edge by the slimmest of margins by 1 rebound against Duke on last Saturday's game. But what Duke does well all season long is steal the ball. They have 10 steals in this game. They're also ranked tied for 3rd in all college basketball with about 9, just over 9 steals per game. So right now we're on a TV timeout. I'm going to see if I can get like the other scores up here, what's going on in college basketball right now. A lot of upsets that went down. Xavier beat Creighton today, 63-61. So Creighton has to wait to see if they'll make it in the tournament as well. Oklahoma lost yesterday to West Virginia. Texas Tech being the next casualty of West Virginia today. Number 7 ranked Texas Tech and the Red Raiders lost to a West Virginia team that the only way that they can make it into the tournament is that they have to win in the Big 12 championship game. Arizona State on the bubble. They're beating UCLA at this point, 64-53. So Arizona State looking to improve to 22-9 overall if they do get the W. Mississippi State all over Texas A&M 57-35. Georgetown on the bubble, and it's not happening, guys. I don't know if any of you guys in the chat are Georgetown fans, but they're getting absolutely crushed against Seton Hall at halftime. The score is 53-28 at the half. Seton Hall with a huge lead against Georgetown. As here we are, we're almost back to action. And yes, thank you so much to the mouse in the bread. That's my girlfriend in the chat right now. She actually has a film that she released called The Mouse in the Bread, and yeah, we joke all the time about people in the chat that always say show the game or something like that. That from time to time there's somebody that always says show the game in my chat, so I have to tell them that I'm not able to do that. So that's just my girlfriend in the chat, just yeah, somebody also in the Michigan against Michigan State chat, somebody commented to me, I'll give you $10,000 if you do this for me. It was something like really inappropriate. I was like, no, thank you. The score is 40-36. We're under 15 minutes left to play. Syracuse with the ball in the lane, and they lose the ball, but they do get it. They will get it back. Buddy Boeheim was trying to dribble inside. I'm going to update you guys with a score. (40-36) Syracuse here with an inbound. 14:50 left to go. Syracuse now with the ball. Right elbow. Looking inside. Spin move. And he bangs it home. We got a 2-point game. Coming out of nowhere. This is the closest that Syracuse has been to Duke, I think, since the very, very start of this one. 14.5 left. The score is 40-38. Right wing in the perimeter by Trey Jones. Oh, and Zion with an alley-oop jam. Trey Jones lobs it over the top, and Zion slams it down. What a slam jam. Going coast to coast. Syracuse lays it in. Oh, my goodness. We got ourselves scoring here. Frank Howard with 19 points, 42-40. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me back in the chat. I appreciate it. What a game here. How'd that streaming go for you for the NBA game tonight, Little Man Knows Sports? Putback Zion gets the putback, 44-40. Zion with 25 points and 10 rebounds. Right corner three, Buddy Boeheim. He connects. Oh, man, what a game. We got 44-43. 6 points by the coach's son right now. He had a career-high 20 yesterday against Pitt. 1-point game. Duke with the ball up by 1. Right wing of the perimeter. Cam Reddish passes it. Trey Jones. Free throw circle jumper. Hits the top of the iron. Offensive rebound by Jones himself. Gets it back to Reddish. Feeds it inside. And RJ tried to put it up, and then there was a foul called right before that. I'm going to update you guys with the score. Once again, this is a 1-point game here. What a game. Zion with 25 points and 10 rebounds. Just an incredible night by the projected #1 draft pick in the NBA. 13:24 left to go. 1-point game. And that shot goes down with a putback right there. First player with 20-plus points and 10-plus rebounds, I think, in an ACC tournament game with 5 steals as well with his resume. It said on the graphic was Zion Williamson. First player in a while. 3-pointer goes down, and we're tied up at 46. Buddy Boeheim with a trifecta. 12:50 left to go. What a game. 46 even. I think it said since Tyler Hansborough of UNC when he played back in, I think, like 2007 or so. What a game here. Tied up now at 46. Duke had a 17-point lead here. Early on in the first half. One of the things that I've been doing is that I've been doing video editing that once the NCAA title game finishes on April 8th, what I've been doing, I've been editing videos of like basketball comebacks of this college basketball season, and I'm going to put them together in a compilation and put that all together and release that. But here we are once again, 48-46. Duke just hit the shot home. 2-point game, 12.5 left to go. Syracuse at the top of the key with the coach's son, Buddy Boeheim. They pass it to the right wing of the 3-point perimeter here. This is Frank Howard. Howard looking for the open man, lobs it inside low post, and a foul called. O'Shea Brissett was trying to drive to the bucket. He gets fouled as Syracuse will shoot 2 at the line. Thank you guys so much for the support. If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that like button down below, the subscribe button as well. I do play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games. So yeah, I've been cutting up a bunch of those highlight reel stuff from comeback games this season from YouTube. So I'm gonna put that all together. Probably it'll be done around like April 8th, right after the national title game. 48-46. You know anybody that likes college basketball that think will like this channel, feel free to share my channel, spread the message as well. 48-47, Syracuse hit the shot at the free throw line. We have 12-10 left to go in this game. 1-point game. Duke with the ball now. At the top of the key, Trey Jones floats up a shot in the key, and Trey hits it. He has 4 points tonight. 50-47. All 4 of those points have been in the second half for Trey Jones, I think, in the past 3 minutes now. So finally getting going here. Up by 3, 50-47. Syracuse with a ball. They're down by 3 points here. The orange at the right side of the perimeter. Spin move inside, and a huge block by Javin DeLaurier of Duke. 11:35 left to go. Trey Jones with the ball puts it into the hands of Jordan Goldwire, who's off the bench now for Duke. I actually had my new camera come in yesterday. It's called a Logitech C920 webcam. It's gonna be I'm gonna install that for the tournament once I'm finished with all these streaming here. Top of the key, RJ no good. Rebound, and it's an offensive rebound by RJ. It was tipped back up to him. Low post inside, and a foul called. Duke going to the line to shoot 2 with Javin DeLaurier. So I think it has a built-in microphone in that camera as well. Thank you so much, guys, for joining my stream. If you haven't liked my video yet, feel free to like my video. Feel free also to hit that subscribe button down below. I do play-by-play and live reaction games to college basketball games, and I'll be doing this throughout the rest of the ACC tournament into the March Madness tournament as well. So feel free to hit that like button down below. 11:09 left to go in this game. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Just updated you guys with the score. Javin DeLaurier will be shooting 2 at the free throw line for Duke when we do get back to action. What a game here. I'm going to update you guys with the score and the Zion count. Zion Williamson, 25 points tonight, 11 rebounds, a double-double for Zion, 5 steals. Looking fresh, coming back from 6 games. He was off, looking really, really good tonight. Syracuse, their leading scorer, Frank Howard, 19 points, shooting the ball 8 for 14 from the field. Duke with Zion, he's a perfect 11 for 11 right now. I'm going to write in the chat about the Zion count here inside the chat. If you haven't liked the video already, if you're new to the channel, feel free to like my video, share, subscribe to my channel. I do play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games, keeping you in the know in the March Madness tournament. So we're on commercial break here with these 2 teams. Duke with a narrow lead. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the NFL. I live 30 minutes away from Gillette Stadium, so I've been to Patriot Place quite a bit since I live like 30 minutes south of Gillette. Also, I'm a pretty big fan of NASCAR. I collect NASCARs too. I like the racing that they went back in the century, like the Dale Earnhardt era, around that time. And of course, yeah, I played baseball too. I play in a softball league and a dodgeball league, which is pretty cool as well in Rhode Island. So that's pretty good. It's absolutely awesome. 11 for 11 shooting from the field. I'm putting here in the chat. Oh yeah, it's so It's so cool, the dodgeball stuff that I do. I play in, like, it's like an adult club dodgeball league for 21 plus. We do dodgeball tournaments too, like every single year. We do them at Narragansett Beach on the waterfront in Rhode Island. It's called beach dodgeball. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, I got a pretty good arm. I used to play baseball when I was in high school. I was really quick. I used to play second baseman and stuff. I grew up playing like little league, did all stars, and then I I did a couple of years of high school ball as well. I used to hit leadoff hitter. I'm not too tall myself. I'm like 5'2", so I'm really short. But when I did play baseball, I used to hit leadoff hitter. Yes. Yeah, it seems like she shoots shots like bricks, like Semi Ojeley, left and right. That's what I tell her. Shot from the free throw line. It goes down for Javin Delorier. 51-47 right now. Duke's up by 4. 11:09 left to go in this game. Second shot from the line by Delorier. It's that one as well. 52-47. 11:08 left to go. Duke up by 5. Syracuse now with the ball. They take it past the left side of the timeline. This is Frank Howard with the ball. He puts it into the hands of Elijah Hughes. Hughes now looking for the open man, finds Marek Dolajah. Dolajah passes it left wing of the perimeter here for Syracuse now. They kick the ball back outside. Buddy Boeheim with it. 10:45 left to go. It's almost stolen. Can Duke finish? Yes, they can. Zion with a steal. Passes the ball back inside the lane. RJ, no good. Missed the layup. And Syracuse with the rebound. 52-47, 10.5 left to go. Left wing three from outside Syracuse. No good. Top of the iron. Put back was no good. And the second opportunity, it was, but there was a foul before the shot. Yeah, there was a foul before he baked the shot home. Gonna update you guys with the score. Looks like Syracuse is going to the line to shoot too, though. But thank you so much for joining me right now in the chat. If you haven't done so already, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button down below. I'll be back tomorrow night for more Behind the Arc basketball on YouTube with the winner of this game taking on North Carolina. And then the game before this, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Virginia against Florida State. Both of the shots at the free throw line went down for Syracuse, 52-49. Duke with the ball now. Trey Jones takes it past the timeline. He passes the ball right wing of the perimeter to RJ. Back to Goldwire. Top of the key, left wing. Trey Jones takes the three ball. And no good from the outside by Trey Jones. Has not hit a single three-point shot. Syracuse with a rebound, but the steal. And it's up and in. Jordan Goldwire, out of all people, stole the ball when Syracuse rebounded it, and he puts the shot home, up and in into the bucket. And he'll go to the line for one. Thank you so much about that. Yeah, I was always like a big fan of like NASCAR back in the day. I collect NASCARs when I have a chance. I'm hoping to go to New Hampshire Motor Speedway this season to watch some NASCAR. I live like 20 minutes away from a speedway. They call it the Action Track of the East. It's called Seekonk Speedway in one of the neighboring towns next to me in Mass. It's an awesome time at that track. It's a very short track, but awesome to see the racing like that. Score here, 55-49. Oh yeah, I have a good amount of Terry Labonte cars as well in my collection. I collect like a ton of NASCARs. I stopped collecting for the past few months, but when I get a good deal online, I usually go for those 164 diecast cars as Syracuse hits both of the shots there at the free throw line. 55-51 here. Duke now with the ball. They take it past the timeline. I've always liked Dale Senior. I wish I could see him more growing up, because I was around like 7 years old when he passed that Daytona. Basket falls, and Zion got the bucket, banks it home. 27 points for Zion, a perfect 12 for 12 from the field, 11 rebounds. 57-51. Syracuse now with the ball. Top of the key, Dolajah passes it off And now they try to work their way inside. Huge block from behind by Zion as Elijah Hughes try to lay it up inside. Zion right there with a huge block. Duke now with the ball. They're setting up the offense. 9:15 left to go. Yeah, Bobby Labonte in the number 18, the green Interstate Batteries car. Left wing three. Nothing but net. RJ Barrett sinks it 60-51. 9-point game. Syracuse now with the ball. Left wing of the perimeter. Buddy Boeheim. And we got ourselves a foul call with 9:01 left to go. Yeah, I used to drive the number 88 Mountain Dew, and he also was sponsored by National Grid as well. Nationwide was another one of his sponsor in there. And then when I was growing up, when I was like 7, 8, 9 years old, he used to drive the number 8 Budweiser. So here we are back at the free throw line. Syracuse down by 9. Syracuse shooting 2 at the free throw line. And first shot goes down 60-52. Buddy Boeheim shooting 2 at the charity stripe. Just hit his first one. He has 10 points tonight. If you're new to this channel, feel free to hit that like button down below. Share, subscribe if you like. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Second shot goes down. 53 for Syracuse. 60-53 is the score. 7-point lead by Duke. Left wing of the three-point perimeter here for Duke, top of the key. They pass the ball right wing here with Trey Jones. Working on Buddy Boeheim, passes it left wing. Jordan Goldwire has the ball, puts it into the hands of Cam Reddish. Now top of the key here, RJ with the ball. Left wing to Trey Jones. Floats the ball up the top and just too high over the head of Javin DeLaurier. And the ball goes out of bounds. You know what car I really used to like in the Cup Series? Was the Silver Bullet Sterling Marlin in the number 40 Coors Light. That car was great. Sometimes from time to time when I have a chance, I work on those they're called model car kits, and I do those. I'm gonna update you guys with a score here in the chat. But yeah, from time to time I work on model car kits and I build those plastic NASCAR 124 kits. It's pretty awesome. And then I paint it all together. I put all the logo decals on it. It's pretty awesome to do. It's a ton of work, but it's great. 60-53. Duke is up with 8:33 left to go. Yeah, it definitely does. It took me about 2 months or so. I've completed a couple of car kits already. I did the number 7 Xerox Alan Kowicki car from 1990. That was awesome. I did the Bill Elliott number 9 when he used to drive for Melling Racing for Coors back in the early 90s. And then I did Sterling Marlin's Maxwell House, the number 22. So the score right now is 60-53. Duke is up by 7. We're going to look at the Zion counter here for you guys. Zion with 27 points tonight and 11 rebounds. 5 steals as well to go along with that, and a block. Pretty big night for Zion, that's for sure. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. We're on a TV timeout right now. Going to get back to action real shortly. Late night for me for sure. Second night in a row. I need to get back to work tomorrow. 8:30 a.m. is when I start work in the production studio. So yeah, early mornings, and then I work 8:30 to 5 at night, or 8:30 to 5, and then I come home here at night, and then 7 o'clock is usually my first stream. Seton Hall against Georgetown right now. Seton Hall is crushing Georgetown 60-38. If any of you wanted to know the score of that one, Georgetown right on the bubble. Yeah, that's a track that I've always wanted to go to, as well as Watkins Glen. I'm taking a trip up to the Poconos in it's actually a month even from now. I'm going to the Poconos in Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. They do free racetrack tours out in the Poconos. So during one of the days, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be doing a free racetrack tour at the Poconos. Crazy money for all that other stuff, the NASCAR driver's experience thing. You have to take actual classes to do that beforehand for all that driver's experience things, and it costs I think $600 to go out there and do some laps around the racetrack. Yep. Yeah, Scranton, that's kind of in that area because I was looking at the map. It's kind of towards that area, the Pocono Raceway or so. It's not that far from Stroudsburg, out towards that way. But the score right now is 60-53 with 8:33 left to go when we do get back to action. I wouldn't be able to show the game. People do ask me that. I'm not able to show the game because if I do so, my channel will get taken down and I'll get a copyright strike and I wouldn't be able to post videos. So that's why I can't show the game. But here we are back to action. Syracuse with the ball down by 7. Feel free to like, share, subscribe to my channel. I do play-by-play and live reaction videos of college basketball games. I actually haven't worked in the Richard Petty kit yet, but I don't have that kit yet, but I do have one of the die casts of his cars. Syracuse just missed a shot inside a low post. Rebound by Duke here. Trey Jones takes it past the timeline. Right wing of the perimeter. RJ feeds it inside to Zion. Zion, and he gets fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. 7:58 left to go in this game. And yeah, this stash that I've had it since sophomore year of high school, and now I'm 23 years old. So yeah, I've had it for around like 7 years or so. So yeah, I'm gonna get you guys in the score here. We're at another TV timeout, 60-53. Duke is up by 7. I'm gonna write it here in the chat for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Feel free to like, share, subscribe to my channel. I do play-by-play and live reaction videos of college basketball games. So stay in the know here with Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I'll be doing the ACC tournament tomorrow night as well. Virginia, the number 1 seed, taking on the number 4 seed Florida State. And then whoever wins this game takes on number 2 North Carolina. So make sure to smash that like button down below. Share, subscribe to my channel. So we're on a TV timeout here. I've had this mustache been taking me through the past 6 years or so. It's incredible. Makes me my identity basically. When I used to pitch for like senior league baseball, one of the kids on my team told me before I pitched the ball, what I had to do, I had to hold like my glove up to my face and I had to rub my stash before I pitched the ball. And when I rub my stash, I signaled to the catcher that I was going to throw the eephus pitch, which threw everybody off, and then everybody just swung and missed the ball. That was pretty cool just doing that. So we're almost back to action here, 60-53 with 7:58 left to go. If you're new to the channel, like the video, subscribe as well. Let me know down in the chat who you're rooting for if you haven't yet done so. I'm thinking Duke will probably get the W here. They've been up throughout the entire game, but Syracuse has climbed back right now throughout. But yeah, I'm thinking Duke here. This is Zion's game. Huge bounce back game. Out for the past 6 games. 27 points and 12 rebounds by Zion. 5 steals as well. Just an incredible game put up by Zion in his comeback game. This whole Duke team just the energy of it just changes when they have Zion in the court. He's incredible. That's why he's going to be the number 1 NBA draft pick. Such a tremendous player. He's such a unique player. I think Coach K in an interview with ESPN, he even stated on one of the interviews, I think it was with Stephen A., he said that Zion Williamson was one of the most unique players that he's ever seen play at Duke. So the winner of this game will take on number 2 North Carolina tomorrow. I'll have that stream for you guys. So if you guys like Duke, or if Duke does win here, if you guys do like Duke, tune into my next game tomorrow if they do get the W. If you guys like Syracuse and they come from behind and win this, they're down by 7 right now, feel free to tune in to my stream against UNC tomorrow. Or if you like college basketball in general, hang out in the chat with me tomorrow night as well. I'll be doing 2 games covering Virginia as well. I know a couple of people on my channel are Virginia fans, and hoping to see them back tomorrow. Number 1 seeded Virginia takes on the number 4 seeded Florida State. I should get more people in the chat as well. I've never covered Florida State this season, so this will be my first time. Zion at the line. First shot, and no good. Hits the top of the rim right there. The score is Duke 60, Syracuse 53. Zion with 27 points. He's a perfect 12 for 12 shooting. He's played 27 minutes as well. He gets basically a point a minute in this game. Second shot, no good from the line. Rebounded by Syracuse. They're down by 7. Under 8 minutes left to play. 7:50 left to go. The Orange with the ball, taking it past the timeline. They're at the left side of the three-point perimeter with the ball. Frank Howard with it, left elbow. Looking for somebody who's open, and they put the ball into the hands of the left wing with Elijah Hughes here. Jumper, left elbow, knocks it down for Syracuse, 60-55. Duke here with an inbound. I won't be able to do Duke until they get into the Big Ten title game, just because I don't know what time they're playing tomorrow, but if they're during the day, I work during the day from 8:30 to 5, so I'm not able to cover any of those day games. But if it's at night, I'm covering the ACC tournament games. 3 ball from the outside goes down for Duke. 63-55, up by 8. Left wing 3, Syracuse. No good. And rebounded by Javin Delorier of Duke. 7 minutes left to go. 8-point lead here by the Blue Devils. They have the ball. Trey Jones takes it past the right side of the perimeter. Puts the ball into the hands of Jordan Goldwire. Back into the hands of Jones. Jones now with the ball, left wing of the perimeter, back to RJ, top of the key 3, RJ, no good, hits the front part of the rim, and it goes out towards the right side, rebounded by Syracuse. They're down by 8 with 6:35 left to go. Orange with the ball. They pass it off to Dolajah, right elbow, trying to dribble his way in there, spin move by Merrick, and he loses control of the ball, stolen away by Duke, and a foul call with 6:24. Oh, it's 9:30 p.m. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that game because I'm already gonna schedule. I've already made the schedule in here to do Duke against, or whoever wins this game against North Carolina, looking possibly like Duke. I'll check up on the Elijah Hughes right now. We're a little bit of a stoppage in time here. Hughes, oh wow, so yeah, Elijah Hughes only has 6 points currently in this game. Duke at the free throw line knocks that one down, 64-55. So Elijah Hughes only with 6 points tonight. Gonna update you guys with a score here in the chats. 9-point lead for Duke. Back at the free throw line. Second one goes down as well by Trey Jones. 10-point lead here by Duke with 6:20 left to play. Syracuse with the ball. They're at the right side of that three-point perimeter, dribbling with it. This is Frank Howard trying to work his way, floats up the shot in the key, no good, and we have another foul called on the play, and it looks like that's an offensive foul by Syracuse. So the ball will go back to Duke here with 6:08 left to go. Yes, RJ is in the game playing. I'll let you know how many points he has. RJ right now, he has 17 points. Zion's leading the way with 27. So we have 6:08 left to go. RJ is in the game. I'm going to update you guys with the score again. If you're new to the channel, feel free to smash that like button down below, as I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions throughout the rest of the ACC tournament here into the March Madness tournament as well. I'm also covering the SEC tournament final and the Big Ten tournament final as well on Sunday. And of course, the ACC tournament final, 8:30 p.m. on Saturday. And both of the semifinal games tomorrow I'll have for you guys. 6:08 left to go in this game. 10-point game. So we're on the TV timeout right now. Looks like Duke has that 10-point advantage, trying to close this thing out. We're going to get to that Zion counter here for the latest updates on Zion. 27 points tonight by Zion, leading the way. Second on the team in scoring is RJ Barrett with 17 points. March Madness is the big NCAA college basketball tournament that starts next week, where they have the field of 68 teams compete for the national championship. And then the 68 teams, there's 4 teams that get to play in a play-in game or so, and then they have a field of 64 basically in the first round. That gets narrowed down to 32, and then it gets narrowed down to the Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final 4, and then the top 2 teams in all college basketball at the end of the tournament play in the NCAA title. Cam Reddish, let's see how many points he has since we're on this commercial break, almost getting ready to go back to action. Cam only has 4 points tonight. He's converted on 1 3-point shot out of 5 so far. Trey Jones was held scoreless at halftime. He had 0 points, but he's got going in the scoring a little bit. Left wing three, no good from the outside by Trey Jones. Offensive rebound, put back up and in off the glass by Zion. 67-55. Zion with 29 points, and he's a perfect 13 for 13 shooting from the field. 13 rebounds as well. 12-point lead by Duke. Left wing of the 3-point perimeter here for Syracuse. This is Elijah Hughes. Top of the key here with Marek Dolezaj. Back to the top of the key, Frank Howard. Passing the ball, right wing three from the outside. Knocks it down. Huge 3-point shot from the 3-ball land. 67-58. I believe, yep, that was O'Shea Brissett who hit down the 3-point shot for the Qs. 9-point game, Duke with a lead. If you haven't done so already, feel free to hit that like button down below. Steal by Syracuse. Duke tried to go inside one-on-one, one man to beat, and they couldn't lay it in. They had Trey Jones to beat, and the ball goes out of bounds with 5:09 left to go. But Trey Jones just got called with a foul on the play right there. So Syracuse is going to the line. Gonna update you guys with the score here in the chat again. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to my video if you like as well. I do play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games, so stay in the know here throughout the season and, of course, the tournament into Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. First shot went down from the line by Syracuse, 67-59. They are currently down by 8. Looks like Javin DeLaurier just checked out of the game for the Duke Blue Devils. Second shot from the line, it goes down. 7-point lead by Duke. 67-60. Blue Devils with the ball off the inbound. 5:05 left to go in this game. They pass the ball around the perimeter. They're at the right wing of the 3-point perimeter. And now dribbling to the left wing of the outside Goldwire. With the ball came Reddish with it, and they floated out. Left wing of the perimeter, Goldwire taking it in, floats up the shot up and in. I'll be back just a second. I got to put my laptop in the charger here so it doesn't go dead. Don't change the dial here. 69-60. Putting the laptop in the charger. So this is this laptop right here that needed it. Yep. 69-60. Let's see what we got. I'm back here. 69-60. Laptop's charging, so that's good. 4:10 left to go. Duke with the ball as they pass the top of the key here. 4:05 left. Duke with a 9-point lead. As Trey Jones passes that ball. Cam Reddish, left corner three. Oh, and he connects. So finally something going down for Cam. 12-point lead now for Duke. 3:50 left to go. 7 points now for Cam. So finally he got some shot to go down. 3:45 left to go in this game. 72-60 Syracuse with the ball. Buddy Boeheim hits that shot from the right elbow there. And a timeout call. 3:39 left to go. As my laptop is good now, it's finally back on the charge. It was getting really low on battery. Gonna update you guys the score here in the chat. As Duke has that lead, currently 72-62. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my video, share, subscribe to my channel. I do play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games, so stay in the know all season long with Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Just updated the stat line here with a score, 72-62. We'll look at the box score. The leading scorer for the Duke Blue Devils has been quite a night for the number 1 NBA draft pick, Zion Williamson. He has 29 points tonight, 13 rebounds. The first 4, what you're saying is, the first 4 is something new that was created, I think, like 5 or 6 years ago. It's for those teams that's on the bubble that get, like, at-large bids, like the very, very last teams that's picked to be in the bracket. They battle it out inside that first 4 setup. So they'll probably have, like, 2 games with, like, 2 12 seeds battling it out. So they'll have, like, a number 12 versus a number 12. Maybe on the other side, they'll have, like, another number 12 against another number 12 or so, and then I think they do 2 games with 16 seed play-ins from like the bottom conferences. Like usually the worst conferences in college basketball, the worst teams who get like the automatic bids, because there's like 32 different conferences who get like automatic bids into the tournament. So those worst teams that do get the automatic bids with like records of like 19-16 or like 18-17 or something like that, who do go into the tournament, they play in the first four as like a 16 seed as well. So some of those conferences, for example, will be like the SWAC conference in the southwestern part of the U.S., or something like the MEAC also as well. I think that conference, the MEAC, is always like a 16. The one that Bryant plays in with St. Francis of Pennsylvania, I think that's the Northeastern Conference, the NEC. That conference always puts like usually the bottom teams in college basketball. There'll be like a 16 seed playing, as well as the one that Iona plays in with like Siena. I think who else? Canisius plays in that one with Quinnipiac as well. That conference with Niagara. I think it's the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. It's the MAAC, that conference as well. That's usually consisting of a 16 seed. Usually they don't put together that many strong teams from that conference. Yes, it's the March Madness Selection Committee that does Selection Sunday. They choose the teams for the bracket, and it's all based on a bunch of different things: record of games played, like wins and losses record. Also, like they take in strength of schedule, like who you've beat as well. If you have wins against like top 25 teams, top 50 teams, if you have any bad losses on your schedule, like if you've lost a game, like a team, like a game against like a quadrant 4 team or something like that, like Arizona State has, which they're still in the bubble, which they lost against Washington State, which has like a ranking of like 300 and something. And right now we're back to action. Trey Jones at the free throw line hits his first. 73-62. Duke is up by 11. Trey Jones just hit his first shot at the free throw line. He'll get a second chance here. Connects as well. 74-62. Back to a 12-point lead for the Blue Devils. Just updated the score here in the chat. If you haven't done so already, feel free to hit that like button down below. Subscribe to my channel, Syracuse with the ball, top of the key. And they drain the three from the top of the key right there. 74-64. They roll it. His foot was on the line, so it's a 2-point shot. Trying to go the distance, RJ, and he gets fouled with 3:14 left to go. So RJ was trying to take it all the way to the rim. He did get fouled. He'll go back to the line to shoot 2. Awesome. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it for the subscribe. I'll be doing the games tomorrow night as well. Number 1 seed Virginia taking on number 4 seed Florida State in the ACC tournament. And then the winner of this one, which it looks like Duke, if they close it out here. Duke against UNC, the rematch, game number 3 against them tomorrow night if this result stands. 76-64, both of the shots from the free throw line went down for RJ. 3:14 left to go. Duke with a 12-point lead. Updating the score here in the chat. We have 3:05 left to go. Yeah, definitely. March Madness is a big, big time of year at those casinos out there. We just had one that was brand new. Oh, wow. Syracuse with a bank shot at the free throw circle, 10-point game. Duke now gets the ball out of the double team trap, and they do. Cam Reddish now, left wing of the perimeter. Yeah, we just had it's a casino hotel that was built up on the Rhode Island Mass border back in July, and it gets like a lot of people in there. They're a pretty big advertiser for the radio station that I'm at. The alley-oop pass to Zion, and the ball hits the top of the backboard right there and out of bounds. Turnover by Duke. 10-point lead by the Blue Devils. But yeah, people love the sports books stuff. Yeah, I actually haven't done any of that recreational stuff. They have a dispensary that opened up in Fall River right on that Rhode Island line, like minutes away from the casino that advertises with us. But that's called Northeast Alternatives. They had one up in like the Worcester County area in Leicester, Mass, that got like tons and tons of people. They opened up right before Thanksgiving. It had like a mile backup for traffic. It's crazy. Syracuse at the free throw line now. The foul committed by Duke. O'Shea Brissett shooting 2 at the free throw line. It's a 10-point game. First shot goes down by Brissett. Oh, wow. That's great. Yeah, a lot of people love that sports book stuff. One of the guys that I work with at the station, he's the news director there. He loves like betting on sports teams. Same as one of the radio show hosts. Like he comes in, he tells me about all the teams that he bets on every single game. Timeout on the floor. 2:07 left to go. 9-point lead for Duke. 76-67. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button down below and the subscribe button as well. Feel free to stay in the know with Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I do play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games, so I'll be keeping you here until the March Madness tournament with all these streams, and I'll be back tomorrow. Number 1 seeded Virginia taking on number 4 seeded Florida State. Don't miss out on that, and the winner here plays against number 2 seeded North Carolina. I'll be covering both of those games tomorrow. My top Final Four teams, I'm thinking UNC could honestly go to the championship game. They looked red hot today. If they keep on playing like they have been playing, looking like UNC could get that title. But looking like Duke, that's the other team. Tomorrow's game's going to tell a lot. UNC against Duke. Who's the better team? If Duke can feed off of that energy with Zion, it could be like Duke could be going to that national title game because they look like a whole new team tonight. Early on in this game, Zion right now, he has 29 points, a perfect 13 for 13 from the field, 14 rebounds, 33 minutes played, and a huge pass right there over the top, and a slam dunk on the exclamation point. R.J. Barrett with 2 minutes remaining, 78-67. Wow, that's awesome. With the sports book stuff, people love that stuff. Syracuse now in trouble, down by 11 with under 2 minutes left. They try to dribble inside, and they turn over the ball at the baseline. The ball going back to Duke. It looks like we did have a player slow to get up for Syracuse. He is up, though. That was number 23 for Syracuse, Frank Howard, who is leading the scoring today, as he was trying to dribble baseline right there, and he fell down as the ball went out of bounds. Wow. That's awesome with the sports book stuff. How much money you can make on basically betting these games is just incredible. Looks like there's a review here at the stand. I'm going to update you guys with the score here once again in the chat. But yeah, they have all that stuff. They don't have it in like every single state, I don't think, gambling. Because Rhode Island has a casino. Connecticut has 2 big casinos. Foxwoods, kind of towards the Rhode Island border, and same as Mohegan Sun. They have those two big Indian casinos heading out towards the like the western part of Rhode Island, where the eastern part of Connecticut is. Those 2 are huge, and of course the Vegas casinos are insane. I don't believe they have any casinos out in Vermont or New Hampshire. I don't believe. They have one up in Maine. It's called the Oxford Casino. It's like in the middle of nowhere, out in the wilderness. Another foul committed by Syracuse. So Zion is going to the line, I think, here. As I'll update you guys momentarily. As actually Zion he just went towards the sideline with Coach K. Trey Jones at the free throw line hits his first one. 79-67. Duke is up by 12. Trey Jones just hit his first shot at the free throw line. And here's the second one. That one goes down as well, 80-67. Looks like Duke will most likely be moving on to the next round. 13-point lead, Trey Jones with 13 points all in the second half. Syracuse now, left wing 3 from the outside. Hits the top of the iron, rattles out, fight for the rebound, and Syracuse does get the offensive rebound. They kick the ball back outside. Duke steals it. And nobody there to beat. And RJ Barrett with a windmill dunk. Right there, windmill dunk. Oh, man, 82-67. Exclamation point with 1:12 left to go. Off the steal, and nobody was back playing defense for Syracuse. They did just hit the jumper, rolled in the bucket at the free throw circle jumper. 82-69. We have a minute left. Looks like Duke's going to be moving on to the next round. Syracuse not committing a foul, and they do with 57.4. So it's a 13-point game. 82-69. And Duke at the free throw line. There's 57.4 seconds left. So at the free throw line, once again, it looks like Trey Jones is shooting 2 at the line. He's 75% free throw shooter, just shooting a minute ago at the free throw line. Hit his first one, 83-69. If you haven't done so already, feel free to hit that like button down below and that subscribe button as well. And I'll be streaming from a new camera with a big HD picture starting with a tournament. I'm going to install that camera in here. It's called the Logitech C920 webcam. Top of the key 3, no good. By Syracuse and rebounded by Duke. So both of the shots there at the charity stripe went down for Trey Jones. We got 38 seconds remaining. 84-69. What is up, Pix 10111 space 1? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Looks like Duke's going to win this game. 23 seconds remaining. RJ Barrett takes a deep 3, and as the shot clock expires, hits the top of the rim, rebounded by Syracuse. 15 seconds left. Top of the key 3 by Syracuse. Oh, he nails it with 12.5 left. 84-72. But that's basically, it's done anyway. 5 seconds remaining, and we're going to call this the game. Syracuse has lost by 12. Duke moving on for the rematch against North Carolina. 84-72. This has been it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate everybody here in the stream. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. Join me back tomorrow night. Number 1 Virginia takes on number 4 seeded Florida State. I'll have that game 7 p.m. Eastern time after the conclusion of that one. Around 9:30 or so, same tip-off time as tonight's game. Number 3 seeded Duke takes on number 2 UNC for the rematch, and that's where we'll have an idea where both of the teams stand, how Duke plays with Zion and how UNC plays against Zion. 12-point win by Duke. So they're moving on to the next round. Awesome job, guys. I appreciate everybody in this chat. Love you guys here. Thank you so much for the channel. We keep on growing and growing and growing, and I cannot thank anyone enough besides all you guys that tuned in and you guys that made it possible here with the chat. I appreciate it so much. You guys are awesome. Zion Williamson leading the scoring in this game. 29 points tonight, 14 rebounds. Quite the game. He had 5 steals. All of them happened right before halftime. 23 points by RJ Barrett in this one. 6 rebounds to go along with that. Trey Jones, 15 points, all in the second half for Duke's Trey Jones. He had 0 points before halftime. For the Syracuse Orange, the leading scorer was Frank Howard. He had 28 points in this one. Buddy Boeheim, second on the team in scoring with 15 points, taking the place of Tyus Battle with his bruised back injury. We'll see if Syracuse can get him back for the tournament. If they do so, Syracuse has always been one of those deep seeds, is like a 10 and 11, and they always seem to make a deep run in the tournament. They look like they could possibly be on Selection Sunday a number 9 seed. And then Duke shooting the ball from the field. 54% they shot the ball from the field tonight. Syracuse shot the ball at 48%. And the other stat here that I like to share is Duke had 14 steals in this game compared to Syracuse, who only had 8. And Duke also out-rebounded Syracuse 38-27. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow night as Virginia will take on Florida State, I'll have that game 7 p.m. Eastern time. Also, Duke against North Carolina following that game around 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, whoever wins those 2 games tomorrow night, I'll have the Saturday night game as well, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time in the ACC tournament final. Also, in addition, I'll have the SEC tournament final on 1 p.m. on Sunday and the Big Ten tournament final as well, 3:30 p.m. Sunday. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to my channel if you like as well. I do play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games, taking you through the ACC tournament into the March Madness tournament about a week from now. This has been a presentation of Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Have a nice night, everybody, and thank you so much.